What is going on, guys? Welcome to the video. Today is going to be all about meal prepping. Now, I don't usually meal prep personally, but I completely understand if it's easier for you if you prepare everything at the beginning of the week and all you have to do is come home from school or from a full day at work and you just have to take it out of the fridge, heat it up, sit down and eat it. You don't have to worry about measuring, weighing every single day, opening up your MyFitnessPal. It's already prepared for you at the beginning of the week, and if it's gonna make your diet that much easier to stick to, then why not? Okay, so I'm gonna show you everything you need for the week, or almost everything. I hope I didn't forget anything here, and I'll run through the different macros, the carbs, proteins, and fats. Okay, so let's go. So like always, we want to keep our lives as simple as possible. We don't want to get too complicated. We don't want to have too many ingredients. Now, yes, this might look like a lot, but we're gonna break it down into 2 meals and 1 snack or 1 dessert before bed. For the fats, we're gonna be using some peanut butter, a bit of olive oil, or you could use coconut oil, and avocado. We're gonna be using, for veggies, we're gonna be using onions, mushrooms, some broccoli. Now you can use frozen or fresh. I'm using fresh. For our proteins, we're gonna be using some whole eggs, and we're also gonna be using some egg whites. Also getting some fats from the eggs. We're using some extra lean ground beef. Also getting some fat from that. We're using some extra lean ground turkey. We're using some fat-free cheese slices. We're going to be needing some yogurt, some Greek yogurt. Now I'm lactose intolerant, so I'm using the lactose-free yogurt. We're also using some KINO collagen for more protein. You probably already know what we're making for the first meal. For carbs, sweet potatoes, regular russet potatoes. We're using some hamburger buns. We're going to be making some burgers, oats, and we're going to be using some jello pudding for some desserts. For snacks, I've been really enjoying these ice cream bars, only 200 calories each. Usually ending my night with 1 of these, 1 or 2 of these. We're going to be needing some berries. I like blueberries and raspberries and blueberries, and some little Oreos. That's pretty much everything that we're going to be needing for this week. If there's anything I missed out, I'll show you during the video. For condiments, we're going to be using some mustard, and for spices, picked up this sweet paprika. I've never tried this before, but I'm very curious to see how it's going to taste. Some ground garlic, some black pepper, salt, baking powder for the KINO pancakes. Okay guys, so we're gonna clean all of this up. We're gonna get everything set up for meal number 1. So the plan for the week is gonna be 4 days of KINO pancakes, and then the 3 remaining days we're gonna be making something else. So we're gonna have to multiply this recipe by 4. So we're gonna be using 320 grams of oats, 800 grams of liquid egg whites, 4 scoops of KINO collagen, and 4 teaspoons of baking powder. We're gonna weigh that all in the big Ninja blender. Now you could use a Ninja blender, or you could use whatever blender you have. I personally never tried any other blender because the Ninja blender is probably the best blender that you could have. Okay, so we're gonna measure everything in the Ninja blender, and we're gonna cook them on the frying pan 1 at a time. And I like to use a nice round frying pan because it makes a perfectly round pancake. Okay, so there you have the batter. Now this should make 8 fluffy KINO pancakes. Now, I see a lot of people asking me in the comments how to make them less dry. Now, they're only dry if you overcook them. You don't want to cook them too long. I'll show you exactly how I do them. And yeah, so you're probably just overcooking them. That's probably just the only problem. And maybe it's because you're not using KINO collagen. I can't promise you them being moist if you're using any other type of protein powder. So don't overcook them and make sure that you're using the KINO collagen. So you see here that they're starting to bubble. Now this is when you want to take a peek underneath very gently. And you see they're still a bit too wet. So I'm gonna let them cook for another 30 seconds to 40 seconds, then we'll take another peek and then we'll flip them. Okay, so now once you flip them once, you just want to cook them for another 20 to 30 seconds max. If you overcook them, they will be dry. So flip them and then 30 seconds, and then you put them on the plate, okay? Okay, so we're gonna repeat that process another 7 times, and I'll see you later. Okay, so here we have the KINO pancakes all ready for the week. Came out to 7 pancakes. Now you're gonna wanna have to carefully pour the batter onto the pan if you want to get even, if you want to get 8 even pancakes. So I put a bit too much on the first 2 with the first 3, so I was short 1 pancake, but that's fine. I'll calculate it into my weekly plan. So let's get ready to put the filling together, and I'll show you how we do that. So for the filling, the frosting, we're going to be using some yogurt and some fat-free jello mix. Now they didn't have enough regular jello mix, vanilla, or chocolate or any other flavor, so all they had in stock today was this butterscotch fat-free. So that's what we're going to be using for this recipe. Now we're doing 200 grams in each pancake taco and 15 grams in each pancake taco for the jello. So in total that's going to be 800 grams of yogurt and 60 grams of jello. We're gonna mix that all together, and then we're gonna fill in the pancake tacos. After that, we're gonna put in some berries. We're gonna do probably 4 with blueberries and 4 with strawberries, okay? Okay, so all the pancake tacos are filled. Now before I said 200 grams of frosting in each pancake, but it's really 100 grams of frosting. So you mix all the frosting and you fill it in with 100 grams each. Okay, so now we have the berries. We have 100 grams of blueberries and 100 grams of strawberries. And we're gonna put about 25 grams in each taco, okay? Okay, so there they are. Pancake tacos ready for the whole week. Now I'm gonna put these in the fridge, and when you're ready to eat, when you're ready to break the fast, you take it out, you put some syrup, some chocolate syrup or some maple syrup, whatever you have, or even some powdered peanut butter. But don't forget, if you're adding any peanut butter or powdered peanut butter, you're gonna have to track those macros. All right, so that's it for meal number 1. Enjoy. Okay guys, welcome back to the video. Here we have everything we need for meal number 2. And by the way, before I continue, I just want to say that I didn't really realize how long this video is going to turn out. So what we're going to end up doing is we're going to do a part 1 and a part 2. So the first part is going to be the first 4 days, and then the remaining 3 days will be in another video. Okay, so here we have the staples of the Keto Warrior diet. So we have the meat, we have the potatoes, the veggies. We're gonna cook it with some oil, some salt. It's gonna be absolutely delicious. I have the oven preheating at 450 degrees, and that's it. Let's go. I'm gonna show you exactly how I do it. So let's go. Okay, so step one, we're gonna prepare the potatoes because they are gonna take the longest to make. So we're gonna take the potatoes, we're gonna wash them, we're gonna cut them into little wedges, then we're gonna toss them with some oil, some seasonings, and then put them in the oven for about 45 minutes. All right. Okay, so the reason why we're using potatoes is because potatoes are ranked highest on the satiety index. So if you're not eating potatoes on your diet, you might find that you're feeling more hungry throughout the day, that meals are not as satisfying. And just by adding 1 or 2 potatoes or a couple hundred grams of potatoes in your first or second meal, or both, you will definitely find that the meals are more satisfying, more satiating, and it's going to be that much easier to stick to your diet. So here we have, in total, we have 1,600 grams of potatoes, and that's going to be just right for about 4 days of cooking. All right, so let's cut these into wedges. There they are, all chopped up. We're going to put 2 teaspoons of oil. Make sure you have the teaspoon. Very important, you want to make sure that you're using the teaspoon, especially with oils, sauces. Okay, 2 teaspoons. And mix them up. Now you can use more oil, you can use less. You're just gonna have to modify the macros at the end. Some salt. And add some black pepper. And we're gonna try some of this new sweet paprika on these potatoes. Now I like regular paprika on my potatoes, but I saw this one at the store. So if you have it, and I like it, we'll pick it up. Okay, so let's put this in the oven at 450 degrees for about 20 minutes. Then we're gonna take them out, we're gonna toss them around. We might even add a bit more seasonings and then put them back in the oven for another 20-25 minutes. All right, let's go. Okay, so while the potatoes are cooking in the oven, we're gonna start working on the ground beef. Now this is plain extra lean ground beef. We're just gonna add some seasonings. We're just gonna put some pepper, some salt, some garlic powder, and then we're just gonna cook it on the frying pan, okay? So this is 1,600 grams of extra lean ground beef. We're gonna divide it into 4 dishes of 400 grams each, okay? So we got the pepper, I'm gonna add some salt, and I like to add garlic powder to my beef. If you don't like garlic powder, you don't have to add garlic powder. And oh yeah, I also like to add in some ginger, some ginger paste. So let me get that. So here we have some ginger paste. It doesn't add many calories. Here we have 5 calories for 5 grams. We're just gonna add a little bit. There you go. That was probably 10 calories. Not a big deal, okay? So let me get the garlic powder, and then now I don't weigh my spices. I don't think you need to weigh the spices. It's not as important as weighing the oils or sauces, okay? So now we're gonna get a spoon, we're gonna mix this together, and then we're gonna cook this on the frying pan. Have it a medium-high heat. And we're gonna cook all this. Okay, so when it comes to weighing your meat raw or cooked, what I like to do and what I suggest you doing is always weighing your meat raw. So in this case, we're cooking a big batch for 4 days. So we already weighed it. It was 1,600 grams. So what I'm gonna do is, after it's cooked, I'm gonna re-weigh it cooked and then just divide it in 4. So whatever it comes out to be, whatever the weight comes out to be, I'm just gonna divide the total cooked weight into 4. And then because I already plugged it into my FitnessPal, I already tracked it raw, I'm gonna have the same amount of macros. It's not gonna change. So, but to be more accurate, weigh it raw and then cook it, re-weigh it cooked, and then divide it into how many portions you needed for the week. So I hope this didn't confuse you, but you should be okay. All right, guys? We're gonna start cooking our broccoli. So what I did was I put 4 teaspoons of oil in the broccoli, and we're gonna cook it in the air fryer. Now you could cook these in the air fryer, you could cook these in the oven, it's up to you. So 4 teaspoons of oil. Don't forget, we're dividing this portion into 4. So we have about a teaspoon of oil for each portion. And same goes for the potatoes. So I only put a teaspoon, 2 teaspoons for the potatoes, but after I take them out and rotate them, I'm gonna be putting in another 2 teaspoons. Okay, so let's put these in the air fryer. And these take about 30 minutes in the air fryer to get them nice and crisp on high heat, on high temperature. Okay, so there it is, it's cooked. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it and we're gonna scoop it back in the bowl, and we're gonna re-weigh it after it's cooked. And then once we do that, we'll just divide it into 4 portions for the week. Okay, so it came up to like 1,233 grams weighed cooked. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that number, we're gonna divide it by 4, and it comes up to like 308 grams. So we're gonna take our Tupperwares and we're gonna put 308 grams in each Tupperware. Okay, so and that's not gonna change the calories from what we already calculated before. That's just dividing what we have already cooked into 4 different containers. So like I said, I hope that did not confuse you. We're gonna be doing the same for the broccoli and the same for the potatoes once they're ready. And as you can see, they're almost ready. Okay, see you later. Okay, so everything is ready. All we have left to do is separate them into 4 different containers for the next 4 days. Okay, so here we have the beef, the potatoes, and the veggies. So now I calculated that we need about 308 grams in each container for the beef. Okay, so let's start with that. So the scale is at 0, and we're going to scoop out 308 grams. Okay, so now for the potatoes, we're going to be putting 290 grams into each container and 60 grams or 66 grams of broccoli into each container for the next 4 days. Okay guys, so there you have it. Everything is ready for the next 4 days. You can't get any more satisfying than this. Breaking your fast every day with one of my KINO pancakes, and then which is gonna keep you full for 5 to 6 hours. Some people claim they can't even finish eating both of them. And then after, you have my ginger beef with KINO potatoes and broccoli. And then later on at night, I like to finish off with some ice cream or some chocolate. Depends on the day, if I'm eating 2,000 calories or if it's a refeed day and I'm going up to 2,300 calories. So I've really been enjoying these Yukon ice cream bars, about 200 calories. Or sometimes I go for like a 400 calorie Rice Krispie treat, or if I'm low in protein or if I want a bit higher protein that day, I'll go for a Quest bar. Or if I want more carbs that day, my favorite chips are, you know, the KINO Pop chips. Okay, so there you have it, the full day of eating for the next 4 days. This is part 1 out of 2, so stick around. I'll have the last 3 days of the week recorded this week or maybe next week. So the total calories for this complete day will be down in the description, and I'll break it down if you're gonna have the chocolate, the Quest bar, or the Pop chips. But just for the sake of to end this video, it's around 2,000 calories. But like I said, I'll break it down for you at the end of the video. Okay guys, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on my next video, part 2. And come visit me on Instagram at KINO Ricky. And if you haven't picked up your copy of the Movie Star Chef Recipe Cookbook, the link will be down in the description. Okay guys, have a great day and I'll see you next time. Ciao.